Hey, friends. This is Martine Williams, and I am obsessed with all things mompreneur life and helping you to remix your priorities, your habits, your mindsets, and yes, even your relationships so that you can build a successful business without losing yourself in the process. I'm also obsessed with the color turquoise and lyrics of the 80s and 90s, but that's beside the point. Girlfriend, you don't have to hustle 24/7, 365 and continue to sacrifice your health, your relationships, and your sanity to be a successful mompreneur. As a small town girl living in a lonely world to a six-figure mompreneur, I am here to teach you how. There is a better way, and this podcast is your one-stop shop for all of the how-tos, the encouragement, the life hacks, the success tips, and of course, a little side of tough love. This is the Mompreneur Life Remixed podcast. So let's do this. Welcome back, friends, to the Mompreneur Life Remixed podcast. I am your host, Martine Williams. I'm also your CEO, your Chief Encouragement Officer. And today's episode, you just get me. You just get me. You get my thoughts. You get just some things that have really been coming up for me as I work with clients, pay attention on social, talk with friends, family members. And I know that you have probably some really big goals for this year, or there's some changes that you're wanting to make. And I am a huge proponent for investing in the right tools. That could be a coach, that could be a mentor, that could be a course. But I also believe that you have access to these 5 success tools without any extra investment monetarily. These are what I believe to be the 5 most underutilized success tools that you have right now today that you could start implementing and start nurturing and making sure that you're using them to their fullest potential. So the first one is movement. Like, movement is medicine. Exercise is so good for us. And for those of you who didn't know, in my former professional life, I was an exercise physiologist, as actually what I went to school, graduated University of South Carolina, exercise science, bachelor's in science, and I immediately went to work in cardiac rehab at our local hospital. So exercise is something that I know a lot about. It's something that I see as a huge opportunity for you to benefit your life, benefit your goals here in 2023. I hope that you are not hearing my dog in the background. He's decided to just have one of those back scratching fits on the carpet behind me. But anyway, did you know, for those of you who didn't know, exercise improves your mood. Like, if you are in a funk, if you have had a very stressful day and you need to kind of like remove the stress, move your body. And I don't mean you have to go and be a CrossFitter or do, a 45-minute workout. Those are all great. But physical activity stimulates various brain chemicals that may leave you happier, more relaxed, and less anxious. This is all science, y'all. You're going to feel better about your appearance and yourself when you exercise regularly, what happens there? That boosts your confidence and improves your self-esteem. As a mompreneur, I know that confidence may be a struggle for you. And maybe there's things that you want to accomplish this year and you're lacking some confidence. I'm telling you, exercise is an underutilized success tool to help you to feel better and to have more confidence and self-esteem. It also boosts your energy. Regular movement. Again, that can look different for all of us that are listening, but it can improve your muscle strength and boost your endurance. Your goals are going to require endurance this year. They're going to be things that you need to get really focused in on and really put in the work. Y'all know I'm anti-hustle, but I'm not anti-work. We're in a business and it requires work. Exercise delivers oxygen and nutrients to your tissues and helps your cardiovascular system work more efficiently. A healthy heart and lungs will increase the energy you have to tackle those chores, to tackle the work, the to-do list that you have, your productive priorities in your business. Again, as someone who worked in cardiac rehab for 7 years, it's amazing to me the things that we have done over the last 3 years drastically to prevent or to treat, the pandemic and all the things that were coming up in pandemic. But exercise is a free resource. You don't need anything. You got your tennis shoes. Put your tennis shoes on, go for a walk. Put your tennis shoes on and go for a run. There's all kinds of free resources, y'all, on YouTube, on podcasts, where you can exercise. You can do in-home workouts. But from a cardiovascular and just health and disease opinion, or not opinion, but I'm totally blanking on the word I'm trying to use, but exercise can help prevent and manage health problems and diseases like stroke, like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, depression, anxiety, many types of cancer, arthritis, falls. It also helps you improve cognitive function and lower the risk of death from all causes. Like, hopefully this is convincing you right now that, and maybe you've set that resolution. You've heard me talk about my lack of love for resolutions. It's more about making this a priority for you, but also think of it as a tool in your tool belt to be successful this year. If you know it's going to help increase your mood, it's going to boost your energy, boost your confidence, it's going to help prevent these diseases and improve your cognitive functioning, like, that is a great motivator. Hopefully that's going to motivate you to realize that movement is medicine. Now, if one of your goals was to lose weight, then of course exercise needs to be a part of that. I don't care what pill or anytime I see an advertisement on TV or someone talking about you can eat whatever you want and not do any activity and you're going to lose weight, like, red flag, huge red flag. But it's not about just losing weight. It's going to make you a healthier person. But for sure, if you're trying to lose weight or maintain a healthy weight, when you're exercising, you're going to burn calories, right? So consistent physical activity will help aid in weight loss. But I want you to hear this. That doesn't mean you have to go and kill yourself in the gym. Working out 2 hours a day in the gym, CrossFit. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not the right exercise for me. And when I worked in cardiac rehab, when the patients, they would graduate from our program, then they were kind of on a maintenance phase, and some would stay and come in and work out at the hospital, and some would go on to do their own activities. And my biggest thing was find something that you'll show up for and that you'll do. Because if you're going to say, well, I'm going to do CrossFit, but you hate lifting, then that's not going to work for you. Or for me, I'm not a competitive person. I know some of you listeners are like, yeah, right. I'm really not a competitive person. And so CrossFit and putting your stats up on the wall and like comparing yourself to other people, like, that does not motivate me. It demotivates me. And so it's just not the right exercise for me. But for some of you, you love that kind of stuff, and that is going to drive you to go to the gym and be more active. So do it. But it could be as simple as taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking your car in the back of the parking lot instead of racing to the front of the parking lot and fighting someone for that front parking spot, adding activity to your day. Exercise also puts the spark back in your sex life. If you have low levels of energy and confidence from being inactive, how can you expect yourself to get excited or show up in your sex life? And for the ladies listening, physical activity can also enhance arousal in women. So I don't know about you, but that's a motivator to be active so that I can feel successful, not in just business this year, but to have success in my relationships as well. Exercise is known to improve sleep, like falling asleep, deepening your sleep, the quality of your sleep. Sleep is, we're going to talk about that next as another underutilized tool, a success tool. But I know on the days that I exercise, I definitely sleep deeper. I actually have one of those Aura rings. I don't know if you're familiar with those or not, but it's just this ring that you wear and it tracks. It's one of the smartest pieces of, like, people have the watches and the bands and all these things they can wear. This ring is amazing. It tells me REM sleep, deep sleep, how long it took me to go to sleep, if I go to sleep too fast. And that shows one thing. It tracks my steps. It tracks my heart rate. It tracks my oxygen saturation. Like it's a super, super smart ring, and it's cute. It's pretty. You can get all different colors. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. But I love every day waking up and seeing what my sleep was. And it shows you trends, all of the things. But even if you don't have a ring to do all that, exercise is going to improve your sleep. You're going to feel the difference. On the days that I exercise, I feel it. When I'm not exercising, I wake up several times throughout the night. Maybe I have a hard time falling asleep. I also love my Soul CBD Sleepy gummies for sleep, and I'll talk about those in just a few minutes. But exercise is also great for social interaction, depending on what you choose. If you like group exercises, then you're just going to improve your social interaction. If you like outdoor adventures, to increase your exercise and your activity. But that's good for social interaction. It's also good, hint, hint, on meeting new people that maybe you want to help or serve through your businesses, your business products, the services that you provide. So bottom line, only exercise on the days you want to feel good, you want to be more productive, you want to have better sex, you want to decrease the risk of disease and death, and get better sleep. So that's the bottom line with exercise, but it's definitely an underutilized tool that I see with mompreneurs just burning the midnight oil, burning the candle at both ends, and just having the mindset of, well, one day I'll get good sleep again. It's impacting you on so many levels. So, all right. Exercise is a priority. You want to make it a priority. And the recommendation usually ranges from 3 to 5 30-minute sessions of aerobic exercise. Aerobic meaning like walking, cycling, jogging. There's different levels of it. You can be high intense, you can be moderate, but 3 to 5 30-minute sessions of aerobic exercise every week. If you're working to lose weight, maybe up it to an hour. For women, especially, strength training is super important to have at least 2 times a week to increase your strength and bone density. Lots of benefits for women with strength training. And if you're worried about bulking up, don't worry about that. If you have the right trainer, you have the right exercises, it's really hard for women to get, we're just not designed to be that way. So I do want to say, always check with your doctor before you begin any exercise program. Make sure that you've got your checkup, and you're good to go to start increasing your activity. Always, always, always do that, because we want to do this the right way and the safe way. Okay. The second, already alluded to it, underutilized success tool is sleep. Most adults require 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Now, I know I'm going to get some pushback on this. I know people are going to be sending me messages on this. Oh, well, I operate fine on 5 hours. Well, you might, and you might for a little bit of a time, but a 2020 analysis showed that those who slept less than 7 hours were 41% at greater risk of developing obesity. That should stop you in your tracks. Why? Well, hormones, motivation to work out. If you're exhausted and sleep deprived, your motivation to go to the gym is going to be pretty close to zero. And you're probably snacking late at night. Your cravings are higher. I know for me, when I'm really trying to stick to my nutrition, I'd rather just go to bed so that I'm not fighting those cravings. And so really making sure I'm getting a good night's sleep and have that motivation to get up to go to the gym as well. But sleep deprivation increases ghrelin, which is a hormone that makes us feel hungry, and it decreases leptin, which is the hormone that makes you feel full. That's like a perfect storm. So that in itself, if you're trying to focus on a healthier you this year, then you want to make sure you're paying attention to your sleep. Sleep improves concentration and productivity. We know this. Cognition, concentration, and productivity and performance are all negatively affected by sleep deprivation. And sleep helps support a healthy immune system. How can you show up as a mompreneur in your business as a mom when your immune system is compromised and you're constantly sick all the time? You pick up every common cold, you pick up every stomach bug, you pick up every flu and all the things that are floating around. I feel like they're floating around like wildfire right now. But sleep really helps to support a healthy immune system. Lack of sleep supports higher levels of inflammation, which over time can increase the risk of developing chronic diseases like heart disease, depression, and Alzheimer's. So inflammation is huge, and lack of sleep really supports having higher levels of inflammation in your body. I don't know if you've ever felt inflammation. I can definitely tell when my body has a lot of inflammation in it. Sleep deprivation also affects our emotions and social interactions. Just ask any mom of an infant right now. She's sleep deprived, and we've all been through that, and there are seasons of that. But if you're constantly living in a state of sleep deprivation, it is going to affect your emotions. You're going to be weepy. You're going to be crying more. Maybe it's extreme anger. Your social interactions are going to change because of the mood and the emotions that you're feeling. And it's actually dangerous when you're living in a constant state of sleep deprivation. If you're driving to work, if you're commuting to work, carpooling, operating any, machinery, like if you're sleep deprived over time, it can be super dangerous for you. All right. So sleep, underutilized success tool that doesn't cost you a dime. It just costs you being disciplined to go to bed a little earlier, to create a sleep routine to help you prepare for sleep. Some of you probably just fall in bed at night. You're completely exhausted from all the things that have gone on through the day. Exercise will help with the energy, but you want to make sure that you're getting a good night's sleep as well. All right. The third underutilized tool that you have access to right now are your strengths. Operating in your true strengths in life and business can bring a level of results, satisfaction, and impact like nothing you've ever felt before. When you are using your God-given strengths of your personality, you're unstoppable. You're not comparing yourself to who you see on social media. You're not comparing yourself to the mom you just saw at the carpool line. You're not comparing yourself to that businesswoman who seems to have it all together. Hint, none of us have it all together. Some of us have gotten really good at wearing masks. But do you know what your true strengths are? And are you utilizing them to be the mom, the wife, the entrepreneur that you are designed to be, to have the impact that you were created to have? If you're not sure what your true strengths are, maybe you're in a season where you feel like you do nothing right. Like there's nothing positive about you. You don't have strengths. All you see are your weaknesses. Ask someone in your inner circle, like someone you trust, what they see in you. You can send some emails out. They'll tell you. Sometimes you're so close to your strengths, you can't figure out what they are because you're so close to them and they seem ordinary to you. Also, what do people consistently come to you for advice? What do people constantly coming to you to ask you for? What are they, they're constantly coming to you because they need something that you give them that no one else is giving them. Maybe you give tough love, like you have a way of communicating tough love. Maybe you have a strong sense of direction and they're like, I want to go where you're going because you have a clear path. You know where you're going and they love your leadership skill. Maybe you're the encourager. That's what I am. That's the strength I have. That's the superpower that I have. And it is a free success tool that I have been given that needs to be utilized to build my business, to build my relationships, to build, my business and all of those things. So I really want to see more women in 2023 utilizing their true strengths, knowing what they are, having confidence and stepping into their strengths on a level that they've never done before. And so if you want to take a deeper dive and get objective scientific data to affirm these strengths, so maybe you have an idea of your strengths, but sometimes it's having that affirming time of, yes, this is my strengths. Then let's talk. This is the work that I get to do for all of my one-on-one clients now using the Pro Scan. So I'm a certified PDP professional, which allows me to use the Pro Scan to do a personality assessment to illuminate your true strengths, to help you cultivate a burnout-free environment for you so that you can elevate your success in your life and in your business. So if that is something you really want to hone in and you're tired of beating your head up against the wall, seeing what everybody else is doing and it's not working for them or working for you, it's working for them, you're wondering why, maybe you're trying to grab onto their strengths instead of appreciating and honoring your strengths. So I'd love to talk to you more about that. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram at Martine31Williams, or you can email me. I'll put that in the show notes too. All right. Number four success tool, that is being underutilized right now that I see a lot is gratitude. You've heard me talk about gratitude a good bit, but gratitude is the kryptonite to frustration. It's almost impossible to be complaining and be grateful at the same time. It's almost impossible to, having a grateful heart and being grateful of where you are right now and not be able to go further in your business and in your life. When you're grateful for where you are today and the things you have today, it just catapults you and it's a catalyst to moving forward. Science is showing that those who have an attitude of gratitude have less depression, less anxiety, and less stress. So again, this is a simple, free resource that you have access to. I have access to every single day. Are we tapping into it? Are we utilizing it? Gratitude protects us from negativity. It rewires our brain, improves sleep. It heals. It eliminates stress. It improves your relationships. It boosts self-esteem and performance. And this could be a journal that you keep where you're writing out every day what you're grateful for. It could be something that you just write one thing out every single day. It could be maybe you're texting someone every day, letting them know what you're grateful for or that you're grateful for them. Having an attitude of gratitude is an underutilized success tool by all of us mompreneurs that I hope in 2023 you will be open. Your eyes will see all the amazing things that are happening for you right now. Even if you're not where you want to be, you can be thankful for where you are and what you're learning in this moment. Because again, we either get the result we want or the lesson that we need. So what's next for you? Which of these underutilized success tools that are, again, actually free and underutilized, which one do you want to tap into in 2023? Which one, or maybe all of them? You're like, hey, sign me up for all four. Remember, don't overthink this. Don't overcomplicate it. Just start. Just start. Just put the tennis shoes on and go for a 10-minute walk. Just grab that piece of paper, that Post-it note right now and write out 3 things that you're grateful for. Make that text to your BFF and say, hey, what do you see are my strengths? Set your timer on your phone to remind you to start winding down, to go to bed at a decent time and work on getting better sleep. Just start. We overcomplicate and then we don't implement. We just don't do anything at all. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm excited. I'd love for you to come and find me on Instagram and let me know which of these underutilized success tools are you going to really focus in on. Maybe it's all 5. Maybe you're just going to start with one. I'd love to know which one you choose. And if there's anything I can do to support you in any of those, I'm here for you and I am believing in you always. I'll catch you on the next episode. Well, that's a wrap, friends, for this week's episode of the Mompreneur Life Remixed podcast. Thank you so much for listening and for following the show. It means so much to me. And listen, friend, sharing is caring. So if you loved this episode and thought of some fellow mompreneurs who could benefit, send them the link. Share this episode or take a screenshot and head on over to Instagram and share and tag me at Martine31Williams. We are connected on Instagram, right? It's where you will get all the fun behind the scenes of my life and business as a mompreneur. Until next time, know that I am believing in you always.